y'all, it's Rachel from TMR Farms, and I have the third and final Chattanooga vlog here ready for you. Finally, I know it's been a couple of days since I uploaded vlog number 2, so this is the final one, vlog number 3, and I realized that I don't have any kind of introduction to this one at all, and I don't talk in it at all, because initially in Chattanooga, as I was filming everything, I was planning to just do one vlog, and then when I got back and was looking over the footage, I realized it's just way too much footage to put in one. It would be way too long, and it didn't really flow together very well because I was doing very different things each day. So I decided to split it into 3, and now this one doesn't have an intro, so that's what I'm doing now, is just giving this one a brief little introduction. So on day 3 in Chattanooga, before we left, while Mom was at her last day with her work, I went to the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, and I rode their Missionary Ridge local train ride. It's a great little train ride. It's only like an hour or so long, and it's really neat. It is shorter than I would like to, because I would have liked to have ridden like all day. I discovered that I really love riding trains, and I was meant for train travel, so I'm planning future train trips, hopefully in the near future, but I did really enjoy it, and I would highly recommend it to anybody in Chattanooga, and that's what this footage is from, is just from the train ride, and it's really neat. We get to go through a really long, dark, pre-Civil War tunnel and see the train get turned around on the little turnabout thingy, and it's really cool. So if you like trains, this is the video for you, and if you're not a huge fan of trains, then maybe skip this one, because it's not really going to be anything for you if you're not into trains. But on the train ride, I got to ride by myself on the vestibule at the caboose of the train. So it's this little open air area with 3 different windows, one on each side and one on the back, where you're standing up and you're just watching everything from the train on the end of the train. And I was the only one back there, and that was really cool to see everything from that perspective. So that was really fun, and that's what you're going to see here. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss future videos. I'd love to have you here, and I will see you for the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy it. they use to actually turn the train engine around so that it can go back in the opposite direction, back the way we came, to go back to the train station. And they use an engine to power it and get it turned around once the train engine is on the beam and balanced, and then they swivel it around. But they told us that they actually used to do this by hand with 4 men who would take long poles and swivel the train engines around, even though they weigh multiple tons. I forget exactly how many they said, but they weigh multiple tons, so they're super heavy, and I think that's pretty incredible. It's just like the magic of having the proper balance and the proper leverage to let you move something so super heavy. And I do want to note, going back the other way, they switch up the direction that the cars are on. And we did have to stay on the specific car that we rode in on because there were a couple of groups from schools that had reserved 2 of the other cars. So I ended up on the same car, but the vestibule was no longer at the end, which was kind of a bummer. But I still got to stand out in the vestibule in the open air. I will warn you that if you get on the train and you want to ride on the caboose, you're probably not going to enjoy it as much when it's behind the engine because it does get loud. And I'm about to show you in the next clip how loud it got in the tunnel. Like, I regretted my decision to be on the vestibule right behind the engine in the tunnel. It wasn't loud at all going up to this station, but then when I was behind the engine and not 4 cars behind it like I was when I was on the caboose, it was super, super loud. So don't do that. And if you're sensitive to loud sounds, like, turn your volume down now because it's about to be really loud. I don't want you to hurt your ears, but I just wanted to give you a warning. Don't ride directly behind the engine in the vestibule through the tunnel because it is way too loud. If you want to ride in the vestibule through the tunnel, be sure that you're on the caboose because then you're like 4 cars away from the train engine and it doesn't hurt your ears at all.